So there's this picture floating around of Donald Trump with a group of what appears to be Palladians or blind Nordics. And it's been said that the government is actually responsible for releasing the first initial photo, that it was actually released by the government and then deleted. Obviously, they wanted people to see it. And it's a reason they wanted people to talk about it. They wanted people to know. And this is primarily because they have been working with these beings. Remember that the blind Nordics are one of the 4 that they made mention of in a recent soft disclosure, when they explained that reptilians have been coming to the planet. The Greys from Zeta Reticuli have been coming to the planet. The insectoids have been coming to the planet from Kepler 54 2b. And then we have the blind Nordics who have been coming to the planet, or Palladians from the Pallades, or Aldebaran, all right? But it's a situation where they're now releasing that they have been in close coordinates with these extraterrestrial biological entities this whole time. All right. Now, keep in mind that when we talk about the reptilians, those are shapeshifters that are typically your politicians that are responsible for things like child trafficking and so forth. And we have your insectoids. They are typically said to be responsible for things like induction of the hive mind or the spread of parasitic bacterium. All right. Then you have your Greys, who are typically given the right to abduct us and take our cattle and things of that nature. And they are typically responsible for the acceleration of voice-to-skull technology or things like MK Ultra or mind control technology. Remember, the Greys are very psychic, so they help enunciate things that hack into your neural synapses. And then you have the blind Nordics, who are said to actually work in close conjunction with Hitler and Nazi Germany to excel that technology around that time. And one of the reasons why Hitler was so fascinated with people with blonde hair and blue eyes. Back in the 1930s, they thought the scientists from Nazi Germany were brilliant, but it actually wasn't their technology. It was all coming from the blind Nordics. Duality does exist in all things, all right? So just like there's bad, there's also good. And I'm hoping that these Nordics don't share the same ideology as the other Nordics that were assisting Adolf Hitler with his maniacal plan. Saying they all bad. There may be some that genuinely honor and fall under the guise of peace, love, and light and actually want that for the planet. All right, but based on the ones that came back in Nazi Germany in the 1930s, I can't fully say that I trust them. All right. In fact, I personally feel like the Palladians observed America, and they know that America is very race-driven, and they knew that if they would insert themselves now, that people would view them as cosmic liberators, all right? Pretty much almost like the white Jesus effect, and I'm just being 100% blunt, all right? So this is another reason why, they also inserted themselves, why the picture was posted, then taken down, to stir a rift and to see how people talk. All right, and I recently seen an AI video where this gentleman was actually saying Earth, it's going to be a little bit more time for your planet. We're going to liberate you or something like that. And this is exactly what they want. They want people to look outside themselves and not realize what they actually have eternally. All right, because we are the gods or goddess that we have been looking for. All right, nobody's going to come and save us. All right, as far as these Palladians and anybody else for that matter, we are going to awaken due to cosmic light code activation. Are they good or evil? This is all hypothesis. I mean, for all I know, they could be a completely different group than the ones that interacted with Hitler in the 1930s. They could have learned from the previous one's mistake, and they could have, or if they're the same ones, they could have learned from their mistakes and maybe have a completely different agenda. I don't know. But what I do know is the main thing that we should be focusing on is ensuring that we're prepared for the great solar flash, because a lot is about to unfold. All right. This disclosure is just barely scratching the surface. Due to the fact that we're in solar cycle 25, a lot more things are going to take place on the planet. There's going to be a lot more things revealed, as well as a lot more distractions to keep you from accessing your 12-strain genetic template and awakening to who you truly are. This is why scientists have been warning that the solar flares are getting hotter and stronger, and that they could potentially pose new risks to Earth. Have you noticed that time has been speeding up? This year literally is almost over already, all right? By the time you wake up, it feels like the day is almost ending, right? It's a situation where we're moving in a blur, and a lot of you are probably noticing massive ascension symptoms. Most of the time when I'm in a dream state, I can't tell whether I'm in a waking or sleeping reality. Which means that the realities are merging. This is a sign that the third density is merging into the fourth density. It's all because we're moving to the fifth density. And one of the main reasons why there have been consistent Schumann resonance spikes and timeline shifts. Very important that we're getting our body right anatomically before the great solar flash, and ensuring that we remove all of the toxic metals and microplastics that could hinder cosmic light code activation. Holistic remedies and get yourself the dual action chlorophyll system. Chlorophyll is the substance responsible for giving plants its green pigment, and it contains magnesium, which amplifies the D3 receptors, allowing you to pull in more light photons from the sun. And it also contains an organic fat substance called mycelium that wraps around the toxic metals and microplastics to remove them from your blood. Dual action chlorophyll system is great for detoxification, blood purification, and it also is a natural deodorizer. Also very important that we begin decalcifying and activating the pineal gland due to the fact that it's the cosmic gateway and brain's antenna, the higher dimensional realms. The purpose of the pineal gland is to secrete melanin, and melanin is the cosmic computer that facilitates our interior and exterior functions anatomically. The third eye awakening Hirataki is phenomenal for gut health restoration, and it contains chubalagic and gallic acids, which are phenolic compounds. These compounds are the constituents that amplify things like cerebral blood flow to produce more neurotransmitters like acetylcholine for cognitive function and awareness. This leads to things like lucid dreaming and astral projection. I do have the third eye awakening Hirataki available on Holistic Remedies link in bio. They don't want you to know is that by fasting, sun gazing for the pineal gland, and doing things like taking the proper herbs, you begin to rekindle epigenetic storage. Most of us are the extraterrestrials. That's the big secret. And once we begin to eat healthy, we begin to ground, we begin to sun gaze, we begin to decalcify and activate the pineal gland, practice things like lucid dreaming and astral travel. At that point, we have the ability of reconnecting with our epigenetic memories and accessing the Akashic records. All high-quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual elevation. Click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to ascension.
Solar observatories are tracking a massive solar flash that's expected to erupt in the next few months. When it washes over Earth, the ultraviolet radiation will spike. To cope with that energy, your body needs to be clear of toxic metals, aluminum, lead. Once chlorophyll locks onto those metals or bits of plastic, your liver wraps the pair in bile. From there, it moves through the gut and you just poof, send it out. The key is to keep things moving. Good fiber, plenty of water, and a cup of greens every day.
Professor, where's the best place to get good quality chlorophyll?
Great question. I like a local brand called Holistic Remedies for Ascension. It's clean, third-party tested, and the drops blend right into your smoothie.
Thanks.
You bet.
Get your chlorophyll today on Remedies.